So in the break-even analysis, it is assumed that all cost and expenses can be clearly separated into fixed and variable cost. So they are just splitting up into two cost. One is fixed and variable cost. Okay. So but in practice, if we say, then it is not possible to predefine the cost into fixed and variable cost. So that will be based on that what we are investing and the time changes and all other external factors we have to consider for this. Okay, so the second one is that it assumes that the fixed cost remains constant at all level of activity. But practically, so it should be noted that the fixed cost cannot remain constant, and it tends to varies beyond a certain level of activity. So as I mentioned, that could be any kind of external factors. Okay, because for an instance, that if the raw material cost itself high, then obviously that the fixed cost we will definitely change it accordingly, right? Okay, so next one is that it assumes that the variable cost vary proportionally with the volume of output. But fact is that it is not necessary to go along with the direct proportion. Okay, because they can move with volume of output. So next is that it assumes that selling price remains unchanged, but practically it is rare to remain constant. As we all know that the selling price is mainly depends on the demand, right? So market demand or supply or competition, raw materials and all other external factors, right? Okay, so next is that it assumes that only one product is produced, or that product mix will remain unchanged, but practically again it is very difficult to find out. As we all know, the quality mostly changes when times goes on, due to again the products, the raw material products what we are obtaining and the quality which they are giving us as a raw material to use, right? And next is that assigning the fixed cost over a variety of products can again lead to some kind of a problem. And in break even analysis, it is assumed that the business condition will remain same, it will not change, but practically it is highly impossible, because business condition will change depends upon the outflow or inflow of money and all other factors. It is assumed that production and sales quantities are equal and there is no change in opening and closing stock of finished product, but it is not practically possible. So the opening stock is the amount of goods which we are having at the start of any kind of financial year, or else even during the accounting period, and also that should be the same as that of the closing stock of the previous accounting period. And the closing stock is the amount of product that which we are having in hand even at the end of the reporting period. Say for an example, if we are having if you purchased almost 10 soap, okay, as a business you are selling soap and you bought 10 soap, okay, so again they are coming to give you again the product, but you are holding some 2 soap pending with the last stock, so that is your again which is considered as the closing stock. In in other terms you can say it is as unsold stock which is with you. So next is that the break even analysis are not taken into consideration the amount of capital employed in the business, but in reality the capital employed is a very important to determinant for the profitability of a concern. So here the capital amount is that the money which you have spent for the startup, that is to start a business or something.